Omdat het belangrijk is dat we mensen blijven horen. Dat God zegt, ik hoor het. En dat wij het ook horen.
You know, the great challenge of the scriptures is that God calls us into community as a local church, as citizens in our neighborhood, as citizens of our nation. And no problem is too big to handle. If we begin with issues of personal integrity, my lifestyle, my choices, if we then translate that into how we behave in communities, how we trade, how we treat our workers, how we treat relationships, and then how we call our governments to account. And so the whole point of Micah Challenge is to translate personal integrity to community integrity, and then to call our nations to behave with integrity. The incredible thing about corruption in the world is that it is everybody's problem. And the problems of corruption, which affects nations like Africa, $1 trillion going missing from the world's economy, affects Africa because $393 billion goes missing from Africa's treasury each year. And this means the death of African children. It means the death of Asian children. But a lot of this begins right here in Europe. Our banking systems, for example, has a great deal to answer for. And therefore, as we challenge our economic systems, not only does it have a great deal to do with the people in Africa, it affects us right here across Europe. And so we have a responsibility to challenge our systems, because we've come to recognize that our problems cause even greater problems elsewhere for other people. Economics is about how we order our house. That's really what the word means. It means your domestic affairs. And so let's start with ourselves. Let's ask questions about our lifestyle, our choices. Do we invest ethically? When we buy our products, do we think about where they're coming from? Do we think about children in other parts of the world and women who labor very hard and very long to provide us with cheap clothes? If somebody does domestic work for us in our house, in our small businesses, do we ensure that we do trade with them in such a way that we encourage them to pay their taxes and to act with integrity? So we begin with ourselves, but equally, if our nations and our financial systems have responsibilities for industries in Africa or Asia, are we going to stand up and speak up and call them to account? And that's precisely what Micah Challenge is about. It is about calling nations to account, because we are also seeking personally to act with integrity.